let's talk about the conference team champion predictions. Conference team champion predictions. Who are going to be some exciting teams to watch this year as we head into the conference championship season? Well, first up, talking about the ACC. So, of course, we want to talk about each one of these conferences. We have ACC, Big 12, Big 10, EIWA, MAC, Pac-12, and SoCon. Those are the wrestling conferences this year. Of course, we saw EWL merge with the MAC this year, which made that conference massive, massive, massive. So let's run down this list and talk about the teams that are going to win it this year, potentially. First up is the ACC. Now, last year, NC State won the ACC. Who's going to be in the hunt this year? Of course, NC State, I think, is going to be in the hunt again right now. We could also see Pitt and Virginia Tech. Each of these guys have over 7 ranked guys in the top 25 right now by Flow Wrestling. Now, what's interesting about the ACC is that either NC State or Virginia Tech has won it since 2016, so no other team has won it. We could see Pitt sneak in there this year. Very real possibility that Pitt sneaks in there and wins it. But my prediction is that NC State is going to continue that reign with a couple of tough guys, the Hiley brothers in there. I think they're really going to pull that team to victory. At Big 12s, who's going to win the Big 12s? Last year we saw Oklahoma State won, and they've won the last 7 titles is Oklahoma State. Now, the last team to win it was Mizzou in 2012, but of course they are no longer a part of that conference. And before that, it was actually Nebraska and Iowa State, that actually happened in 2009. We will see Iowa State on the hunt again this year with guys like Gomez, Deegan, and a newly David Carr. We could also see Wyoming come in there with Montori Bridges, of course, leading that team. But Oklahoma State, I think, ultimately has the best chance. Now, unfortunately, they will not have Dayton Fix this year because he's taking that Olympic red shirt. But they still do have Gefeller, JoJo Smith, Dakota Gear, who are all top-ranked guys. And I think that's why Oklahoma State's going to win the Big 12. Talking about the Big 10, this is possibly the most exciting conference to watch this year. And the most exciting because we don't know who's going to win it. Of course, we don't know who's going to win any of these conferences, but I think Big 10 is the biggest toss-up. And get ready because I may shock you. I may blow some minds today. So, Penn State won it last year, of course, but Ohio State actually won it in 2018 and 2017. And the last time Iowa won it was in 2015. Now, Penn State has won the last 5 out of 10 Big 10 titles. So they're only 50%. And that's why I think Iowa's going to win it this year, okay? Call me crazy. Call me crazy. I don't think a lot of people will, but I think Iowa's going to win the Big 10 this year. Of course, you're going to have Michigan in the hunt, Wisconsin, Ohio State, and Penn State all looking for that. I think that Penn State could win the national tournament, and Iowa wins the Big 10 tournament. Just my prediction. Talking EIWA. EIWA, last year, Lehigh won the EIWA. They actually won the last 2 titles. Now, Cornell is a top team in the EIWA that, they're going to do very well this year. However, they have a lot of guys who are redshirting. They still have a few guys who are going to do well for the team, such as heavyweight Brendan Furman, who I hold a lot of faith in for Cornell. However, with guys like Yanni taking that Olympic redshirt year, Vito, it's just going to be a little bit of a down year for the team. We'll see. But who is in the hunt? Lehigh, of course, with Jordan Wood and Cutler. Army is a team that's in the hunt with a guy like Ben Harvey at 174. But who's going to win it? I think right now, Lehigh is ranked number 12, but I think they're going to be number 1 in the IWA. 3 more conferences for you. MAC. Missouri, who I said was in the Big 12 before, won the Big 12 a couple years ago. Missouri is number 8 right now in the country as a team. They are seeking their 7th straight MAC title. And what I think is an exciting thing is, of course, the MAC is merged with the EWL. So we could see MAC and EWL champs teams going against each other. So, of course, Lock Haven won the EWL last year, coming off as two-time EWL champs. Now, do you think that Lock Haven has a chance this year? I think so. With they're losing Chance Marceller, they're losing a couple guys, but they still have Kyle Shoup at 141. Mizzou, of course, is Brock Mahler leading the way, and that's why I think that Mizzou just has a couple more studs, a couple more of a solid lineup than Lock Haven, but I think they're going to win the MAC this year. At the Pac-12, last year Stanford won it, and Stanford has a bunch of good guys this year, such as freshman Will Woods, Townsville, as well as Shane Griffith. But Arizona State, who I think is the other top-tier team who has a shot to win the Pac-12, Arizona State, of course, won it in 2018, 2017. I think they just have a couple more studs in their lineup with guys like the Valencia, Zahid and Anthony Valencia, with Shields, with Maruka. I think that they just have a solid team all around and don't really stand a chance of losing the Pac-12. But we'll see if Stanford can pull it off. I always love to see an upset. And finally, the SoCon, the team that won it last year is Campbell University. Campbell University won it last year, and they won it in 2017 as well. This is going to be a battle between Campbell and App State. But what I think is interesting is right now there are 8 guys ranked from the SoCon in the top 25. And 5 of those 8 are from Campbell. 5 of those 8 are from Campbell. I think the other 3 are from App State. So that's why I think these 2 are going to be the toughest. But we also have Chattanooga. Chattanooga is going to be another team in contention. But I think that Campbell just has a great lineup all around. And another thing that I want to mention is that they actually won the preseason poll. They were voted to win the SoCon title in 2020. So, of course, again, these are my predictions. Please let me know in the comments below, who do you think is going to win each conference this year?